Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bishop Peter T. Dance, and I just went on a rampage on this fellow, Paul. One thing I always learned that in America, we have freedom of speech. And you can say anything you want to say, long as it's respectful. And long as it doesn't be a mean or those type of situations. I love all people. I've been a champion for all people. Whether you're black, white, doesn't matter to me. We're all God's people. But there comes a time when we have to stand up for righteousness. It comes a time when you just can't sit back on your ivory post and do nothing and say nothing. So I was thinking today, as I looked over all of the impeachment inquiry, I looked over all of it. I watched it very intently on when it went to the Senate. I watched it very intently. And I watched our senators vote not to impeach Donald John Trump. And I got disturbed because of he is a liar. Putting it point blank, he lies. He's told 6,200 lies. He's in 3,000 court cases because he duped people out of money. He duped people out of, for the university, Trump University, which I was a stupid recipient to pay $25,000 to thinking that I was going to be able to get an edge in real estate. And I didn't get an edge. It was a waste of money, and he cheated many people out of money, which he had to reimburse those people back those funds. Of course, I tried to get my funds back, my $25,000. I called the line that they had. I called, and of course, they gave me the rip a runaround. Well, that was many years ago. And I'm not going to worry about $25,000 whatsoever. It's not going to make me or break me. It's gone now. That was many, many, many years ago. But I bring it up because he's a crook. Plainly, Donald John Trump is a crook. And he is crooking the United States out of everything. He only thinks about Donald Trump. And you can take that to the bank. That's all he thinks about. He doesn't care about the American people. He don't care about blacks. Now, people always want to say to people, if they're proud about their race, if they're proud about the color they are, if they're black, brown, yellow, or whatever, I don't care about the Ku Klux Klan. If they want to do what they do, that's fine. You know what? That's their belief. That's what they have the right to walk around in sheets and cover themselves up. They have the right to do that. This is America. You have the right to do that. But then I have the right to stand and be proud of my race and to say power to the people, power to us black people. Yes, we've been done in, we've done wrong. They have done us wrong, but I don't hate white people. I don't hate no people, but I will stand up for my people. I love my people. I love being black. I like being black. I don't want to be any other color. I don't want to be any other color or anything. I love my blackness. And I'm not shy to say I love my blackness. I like being who I am. My mother said many years ago to me, a poor dog won't wag his own tail. And I just got fed up with this whole thing. And I said, you know what? I have a voice. And I have a loud voice, as you can tell. I have a very loud voice that comes from almost 40 years background of preaching and teaching people about God. And let me tell you, my indignation is stirred up as never before is to encourage our young people, 18 and older, to vote. Every vote counts. Every vote counts. Don't let the system lie to you and say it doesn't count. Don't vote. Oh, this one's going to win. That one's going to win. It doesn't even matter. You have a civic duty to our forefathers to vote, to go out there, to vote, and to make your opinion known, to make it known. And I want to encourage you. I want to encourage every Black American, every Black, every Latino, whatever you are, every brown-skinned person that's in America, go out and vote. Vote. If we vote, we've got a voice. We've got a voice if we vote. Yes, you're going to be hearing much from me this year. I plan to be on this thing as much as I could, and on every venue that I could, and telling people to vote, telling us Black Americans to vote, because so many people gave their lives. They were lynched. They were sodomized. They were all kinds of matter of things that they went through just for the right to vote, to say, I have a voice. And we know we've had many black leaders. I'm not trying to be a black leader. I want to be a people leader. I want to lead people to the truth. And the one thing that I know, that if we get out there and if we vote, let me tell you, honey, things will change. Our country will change. Our districts and our counties and things will change. I know it will. I believe in the vote, and I believe in every single vote that is counted is worthy of the change that we need. We need change in America. You know, I hear people, they want to pray and they want to this and that, and they want to go on these things. And I'm not saying all of that, but listen, one thing I know, you can pray all day and have no action. You can pray for a job, and then you can just pray and pray. And if you don't go out there looking for a job, you won't get no job. So there's action to prayer. There's action to fasting. There's action to calling on God that we've got to do. We can't expect God to come down here and do everything, because he's not going to do it. You've got a voice. You've got a hand that you can take that pen and put on that whoever you're voting for, whether it's Trump, whether it's Bernie, whoever. I don't care who you vote for. Just vote. Vote. I'm not going to be one of those people that, don't vote for Trump. Well, hey, you know what? I am a Democrat. I've always been a Democrat, and I always will be a Democrat, because I feel that's the party that speaks for me. Now, other people can say the Republican Party. I don't care. That's your business. If you want to be Republican, you want to be independent, that's okay. That's what makes America great. Not some man in an orange suit, if you will, with a red hat on, talking about let's make America great. America is already great. My forefathers made America great on their backs for 400 years. My forefathers paid the price to make this country great. And how dare this Johnny come lately say that he's going to make America great again when he was he dodged the service. I wanted to be in the service so bad. I went down there to the service and I wanted to join. I even wanted to just be in any one of them, Navy, Marines. It didn't matter. But I got rejected because of my eyesight. Because I'm legally blind and I can't see. But I wanted to serve my country. So what I did was best is I served in the church. Serving God's people. Wholeheartedly, I served him and served and served and served. And I want you all out there, all of you people out there that can hear me, that can sense the sincerity of my heart, vote. Vote. I'm not going to say let's make America great again. America is already great. I love my country. I love the city that I live in. I love the state that I live in. But I can't sit back no longer and see the things and talking about getting on my knees and praying. I've been praying. Now it's time for action. It's time for action. It's time to get off those rusty, dusty knees. It's time to get out of that church. It's time to get out of that building and go do some knocking, do some talking to people, encouraging them to vote, to change things. We always want a revival. We always want God to come down, and we're begging and begging and begging. He's already done everything that he's going to do for you. Now it's you that needs to do something now. You need to do something. And you need to vote. That's the best place to start. Is to vote. Vote in your county. Vote in your city. Vote in your state. Vote for whatever is coming up, the primaries, whatever it may be. Vote. Take your sons, take your daughters that are 18 and older. Take them. They need to register to vote. It's important. This election is the most important election that we have because we've got to cast the devil out. We've got to get the devil out of the White House because that's the devil. I don't care if Paula White. I don't care if all those preachers come and lay hands on him and smear grease on him. You know what? I found out after 40-something years of being in church. I know church folk and I know how church people are. You're just a wet, greasy person after you come out of church. But if you don't do anything to change your life, if you don't do anything to make yourself better, it don't matter. You're just a greasy, sweaty person that came out of church. And that's what most people are. They can and to say this man is a Christian, how dare we say that? If that's a Christian, I tell you what, I take the name off of it. I ain't a Christian no more. I'm a person of God. Because if that person can do the things that he's done to our country and to people, and to take money from people and do those things, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm far from perfect. I ain't trying to be perfect, but I'm not the president of the United States. And yes, I expect higher and more from the president of the United States. I expect that. I expect him to hold to the Constitution of the United States of America. I expect that. I expect that every line, everything that says in the preamble and on the amendments, the 4th Amendments, the 15 Amendments, all the amendments, he is to uphold those things for us. It's not him He works for us, the people. We are the people. Chinese Americans, Filipino Americans, Latino American, Mexican Americans, Black Americans, mulatto Americans, white Americans. Doesn't make any difference. We're all Americans. And this is a great country. It's a great country. So I'm going to sign off. This is Bishop Peter Dance. I'll be with you. I'll be bugging you. Probably even make you mad. But that's okay. God's got our back. And God's going to see us through. All right. God bless you. Have a wonderful Sunday evening.